Okay, now that you have hopefully completed step one and followed that video to open your Adobe Illustrator file and get your artboard set up to being 24 inches wide and 12 inches tall, we can now move on to setting up our artboard with our specific size for the piece that we need to engrave on. It is important to note that if you're doing the candy machine, you are going to be making a piece that is 3 inches wide, 5 inches tall. If you're doing the stool, you're going to be engraving on the seat of your stool. That's going to be 12 inches wide and 4.5 inches tall. These measurements will be written on the chalkboard or whiteboard in class, so you know them for your specific project. Now, once I know my measurements, I need to draw a rectangle that is going to simulate that specific piece, so I know exactly how much space I have when I want to add text and pictures and anything else that I want to engrave. So, on the left hand side, this is our toolbar. We have our selection tool at the top. This is going to be your most commonly used tool. It is a shaded in black arrow that's used to select items. You can also use it when you need to move something or highlight something and select it and move it around to the different locations on your artboard. You have your type tool. That's what we'll use when you want to add a text box or add text to your selection, so you can laser engrave that. Right now we need the rectangle tool. Obviously it has a picture of a rectangle on it. If I click and hold on that, it's going to bring up a menu, and I can actually do multiple shapes. But right now I want the rectangle, so I'm going to click that. And you'll notice now it becomes a crosshairs on your screen. I simply need to click once, and that's going to bring up this window. I'm going to do 3 inches on the top, click down at the bottom, 3 times highlights everything, or you can drag everything, and I'm going to type 5 at the bottom. The width, again, is measured left to right, so from left to right is going to be 3 inches, and from top down will be 5 inches. That's going to represent the side of your candy machine, those tall core sides that you cut. And click OK. That gives me a rectangle. Now, what could happen is your rectangle could look like this. It could be shaded in black. Not a big deal. You drew a rectangle that is the correct size. That's okay. Up here in the top left corner, you're going to learn about stroke and fill colors. The stroke, which is listed on the right side, is the line that goes around the border of an object. That is your stroke. The fill is the center fill of an object. For this, I want my stroke to be black, which it is, and I want my fill to be none, which is the white box with the red line through it. So what that's going to give me, close that, is a box that has a border, and the center does not have any fill. It's essentially clear. It's invisible. Now, I'm still on my rectangle tool. I still have my crosshairs. I need to be able to move this box, so I'm going to go up to the top left and click the selection tool, and I'm going to come down, click and hold anywhere on the perimeter of my object, the top, the bottom, the side. What I do not want to click on right now are these boxes. You have 3 on each side, well, 1 on each side and 1 in each corner. Those are to resize your box. You don't want to do that. So I want to click on a line and drag it up in the corner. Now, as you can see, as I drag around, I'm getting purple lines that are showing up. Those are called your grid lines. Those are going to help you, those are snap lines, to line things up. I want to drag this all the way to the left, and you can see there's my purple line, which is telling me it is lined up with the left side. And now I'm going to slide it up to the top until it says intersect. So what that does, I'll do it again, is it's going to perfectly align with the top, slide it to the left, and in the corner. So I am putting that box perfectly in the corner. And the reason you need to do that is because when we put our project in the laser engraver, our reference point or our starting point is the top left corner of our laser engraver. So by putting this piece here, this is simulating our piece of material, in this case wood, that we are going to engrave on. This is now where I can complete inputting my text, any images, and you will learn about that in the next video after this one.